Hello and welcome to Smart Learning with Zahir Zakaria. Today we shall look at a chapter of your alternative English, uh, which is included in your Assam Higher Secondary Educational Council uh, syllabus. The name of the story is The Gift of the Magi. It's a short story written by the celebrated American writer O. Henry. And I must tell you this at the very beginning. This is a very, very interesting story. The story deals with love, and more importantly, the story deals with the sacrifices that people make for the sake of love. So, before we go into understanding the chapter, let us first set our aim. If we go about trying to understand the chapter without an aim, then you might find at the end of the video you are at a loss. You don't know what you have gained from watching this video. So this will set your aim. You can take the screenshot of this screen, or maybe once you have watched this video you can come back here and check whether you can answer these questions from the video lecture that you are about to see. So let's proceed with the chapter now. The main characters in this story are two. There are two characters, husband and wife, James Dillingham Young, or Jim, and his wife Della Dillingham Young. They are a young couple. They stay in New York in a very modest flat. And when the story begins, you will meet Della, the wife. She's in a flat and she's sad. And when the story opens, you will see that she's counting some money. Not much money. You will see how much money. It's a very less amount of money, and she's counting it over and over again. Now, before I tell you how much money she's counting, let me tell you why she's sad. She's sad because the next day is Christmas and she doesn't have enough money to buy a gift for her husband Jim. Christmas is a celebration of joy, and it is believed that you should not be selfish on Christmas, and you should give gifts to others so as to share the joy. So it is customary to give gifts, and since she doesn't have enough money to buy a gift for her husband Jim, Della is very sad. Now, how much money is she counting? Actually, she has got just $1.87. That's a very paltry sum of money, very meager amount of money. And this she has saved in ones and twos, most of them in pennies. She has saved it by bargaining hard while buying things from the grocers or the butchers. She has been into very hard and severe bargaining. In fact, in the story, the author says that she bargains so hard to save this money that sometimes she herself feels ashamed. But that's the only way in which she can save money. And even after doing all these things, she has saved just $1.87. Now you may ask, why is she so short on money? For that, we have to look at Jim. James Dillingham Young, her husband. His age is just 21 years, and recently his income has shrunk. It has come down from $30 a week to $20 a week. So you can understand that Jim has hit upon troubled waters so far as his finances are concerned, and that's why they are in a state of poverty, and she is very worried. Now, remember, although they are poor, these two people have two things with them of which they are very proud of. This is a very important point. They have two things that they are very proud of. And what are these things? One is Jim's gold watch that he has inherited from his ancestors. And the other is Della's long hair that reaches to the back of her knees. These are the two prized possessions. Remember, this is a very important point. A lot in the story depends on these two things. So please remember this. The two prized possessions of Jim and Della. Jim has got a gold watch which is an heirloom. Basically, he has inherited it from his father and his grandfather. And the other is Della's long hair. So when she's sad and sitting there, suddenly she hits upon an idea. And what is the idea? She suddenly heads off to Madame Sofronie to sell her hair. Remember, I told you that these are the two prized possessions they have. And Della has to give a gift to Jim, and she doesn't have enough money. And look at the sacrifice she is going to make. She heads off to Madame Sofronie and sells her hair to get the money to buy a present for Jim for a Christmas gift. She sells her hair for $20. Now, she had saved $1.87. She sells her hair for $20. So how much money does she have now? Yes, she has got $21.87 in her hands now. With that, she goes and buys a platinum chain for Jim's watch, which costs her $21. So she returns home with just 81 cents. So even though she has sold her hair, she has made this supreme sacrifice. She has cut her hair, sold her hair, but she has bought a gift for Jim. When she comes home, she waits for Jim anxiously. She is worried. When Jim may come home, Jim may not like her. Jim may find her ugly, and he may stop loving her. That's her fear. And so she prays. Silently she prays to God that Jim may not stop loving her. When Jim comes home, he gives her a look she's not prepared for. He gives her a look. In that look, there isn't anger. He's not angry. He's surprised, and he as if he is lost for words. He gives a very peculiar look. And do you know why? It is because Jim has come home with some gift for his wife too. And do you know how Jim has bought his gift? Jim has bought a gift for his wife. Since she has got long hair, he has got a set of tortoiseshell combs that Della always wanted to have. And what he has done is he has sold his watch to get her the combs. Look at the situation, friends. Della has sold her hair. Jim doesn't know it. Jim also wants to buy a present. And what has Jim done? He has sold his watch to buy her the combs that she always wanted. Now, who are the Magi, and why is this chapter known as the gift of the Magi? The Magi were three wise men who had gone to meet infant Jesus at the manger. You all know Jesus Christ was born in a shed. And when Jesus Christ was born, these three wise men, who are known as the Magi, went to visit infant Jesus Christ. And when they went to visit Jesus Christ, they had taken some gifts along with them. The Magi were wise people, and so their gifts were also very wise. They took gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Gold, you all know what is gold. Frankincense and myrrh, these are both aromatic substances. That is, if you burn them, they produce a very nice fragrance. All these are the signs, are the symbols of purity and piety. So they have taken these gifts. Their selection of the gift was so good. They took these gifts for infant Jesus Christ. And these are the people, the Magi, who had started the tradition of giving Christmas gifts. The author says that Jim and Della are the Magi. Jim and Della are the real Magi because Jim and Della have made supreme sacrifices to buy the gift, to buy the gift for their beloveds. They have made a great sacrifice. Friends, when we give gifts to others, why do we give gifts? We give gifts to show the person that we love the person or we care for the person. And what is a best gift, or what is a good gift at least? A good gift is not decided by the brand. A good gift is not decided by its price. A good gift is decided by the sacrifice that goes into procuring the gift. And you have seen in this case, Jim and Della have made tremendous sacrifice for buying the gift for the beloved. So their gift is the true gift of the Magi. So friends, I hope you have understood the basic points of this chapter. I had given you, remember at the beginning of this lecture, I had given you a couple of questions. You can go back and look at those questions and try to find out whether you can answer these questions or not. Remember, those who learn notes are goats. Do not just mug up your notes. Try to read, try to follow the lectures, and try to gather the information from the lectures. If you do that, if you understand the chapter, you can attempt any question that may be asked from the chapter. I hope this lecture has made the broad points of this chapter clear for you. Please subscribe to my channel to show me that you have followed this, that the video lecture was fruitful for you, and to encourage me to continue making more video lectures for you. Thank you very much.